TRU starting with the ball, heading from left to right in their black jersey.
And right, just showing up straight away, right at the back. It looks like TRU are going with 3 at the back and 4 in midfield and 3 up front. So a little bit of a different formation, and I think they're doing that because UFV might only have 1 up front, so it's a little bit easier to mark, but only 3 at the back. And again, if Tom Lowndes is watching that and seeing that, if it was me coaching, I'd be saying get down the flanks, get down the wings where there's more space to play, and change your tactics a bit. So that's quite evident to me.
The Wolfpack controlling it early, but here we have a steal now, and could a chance be opportunity for the Cascades.
Yeah, that's a great chance. Through on goal, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Goalkeepers did a really good job there, coming up, holding his ground, staying big, and getting down and blocking it in the end. But good save, but a good build-up play and good fight up front. Stealing the ball off the centre back and playing the player through to get a good chance. Good start of the game for UFV. Got to give him a bit of confidence. That.
It was good pressure put on there by Manila to force the turnover. Sends in Brower alone. He showed last year that he does have some finishing abilities. A good chance there from Manila. He will come up with it. Referee says play on. No, he calls it back.
Yeah, it is a foul. He's just bumped him off a little bit too strong. Kill it condition. Not too happy with all the lines on it, but it's in great shape to play on.
Here comes the ball in.
That's not a good ball. You got to get past the first defender, and that's a poor ball in along the ground. And
Brower chest that one down. An ambitious attempt there. Would have been something special had he connected.
Yeah, it's worth a try from there though, but it's got to be a better delivery on the free kick for that. You work on set plays all week, and so you get a poor delivery. I'm sure Tom Lowndes will be not too happy with that.
Wolfpack trying to work it out of their own end. Headed on towards the keeper. First touch for the keeper here tonight. That's Jackson Cox that's in net, returning for another season. The third-year player.
It's good for Jackson to get an early touch, get a bit of confidence. Good kicker of the ball. It's a terrific ball upfield.
Played to the outside. Can they keep it in? They do.
With the back 4, which is a different organisation to what TRU. So it's interesting how the two coaches have set the tactics up and the shape and the style of play they're going to play. Already we've seen UFV putting pressure on the back 3 and getting rewards for it, having a chance at goal.
Throw on the far side. Brower looking for a little bit of space, but he's closed off. Wolfpack looking to find a little space down this near sideline. Ball played over the top. No problem for Cox.
Both teams early on are a bit guilty of knocking the ball over the top rather than playing it into the striker's feet where they can hold it up and bring other people into the game. Probably a little bit nervous, both teams going into it and trying to find their way. But I've always been a big advocate of getting the ball into feet.
Touch to the outside, looking for a little bit of space for a cross in. Runs out of room. A little bit of a jockey now, looking for that spot.
He's done well.
Player ends up committing a foul.
Done well getting a free kick there. The delivery here has to be better. They've got a player blocking the front post. But other than that, they're picking up man for man at the back here. With good delivery needed here. And it's not a bad one either. Still, not beyond the first defender. You've got to get it past that first defender to give your forwards a chance to get on the end of it. So 2 poor free kicks for me.
Unable to get that one past 2 defenders. And the Wolfpack work it out of trouble. It's 1-on-3 here, trying to work it up the field. Played back, but the Wolfpack get it back. Flag goes up for the offside.
Yeah, just a little bit offside there. It's a dangerous ball though, and the striker's done well to get a hold of that. And his brother Dave played for me at the Whitecaps, and a big soccer family, but I don't know if there's any relation. I think this guy's from Denmark.
Brower unable to get on top of that one, but the Wolfpack feeling a little bit under pressure, put that one out for a deep throw. This one. No Cascades player really close to him. Everybody in the 18. Let's see what he can produce here.
Manella with a throw. It's a good throw as well.
Man, it didn't look like he even put much into that.
No,
he's a very strong thrower of the ball.
There, but the other forwards they've got to react quicker. They're just a little bit slow there in reacting to the ball over the top. Very dangerous when the flick ball's on for defenders. Difficult to defend against.
Ball up for grabs in the middle. Chested down in a battle for it here.
and putting pressure on is causing them a few little problems here, and it's probably something Tom will see and make sure they do get more pressure on higher upfield.
Wolfpack trying to work it down the sideline. A couple touches for the back line, sending it forward now. Not much purpose in that ball there, just getting it out of their end back on the Wolfpack foot.
There's got to be some purpose, as you said. It's got to be played into players' feet, and you have to have a quick look there before you even get the ball to know where they are, and you can direct it there. And if you can keep possession, you're in better shape than giving it away. But here's a chance for TRU.
Dangerous spot, shoulder wins in possession.
And
referee says it was a little much.
And
Wolfpack with the throw on the far sideline. Couple quick touches, working it in down the sideline. Try a quick little wall pass there, nothing doing. Well stepped in by the defender, and the Cascades coming the other way now. Trying to go with a little bit of speed. A lovely little chip played on for Brer. The first touch just out of his reach.
What a great little ball in that is. I believe it was, who was it playing there in? Let me get his name here, but he's done really well. A good little ball in. 18. He's really played a good ball, and that's the second one he's done there. And I thought the striker should have been a bit quicker and just get a touch, finish it off.
Ball up for grabs. Well done by Sidhu to recover and get that one out.
And number 18, I'm not sure if he goes under the Mejia. I think that's what I've got a pronunciation there, but he's had a bit of a struggle. They're both well coached, obviously. I know both coaches really well, and they're both very good coaches. So I'm not surprised that they're both well organised.
Wolfpack with a little bit of momentum going forward now, trying that through ball again. Nothing doing the middle. Good touch back to the left foot. Boy, he had it first time off the crossbar. I don't think Kauk saw that one coming. Ball took a deflection, ended right on his foot. He had it.
The higher it is and the more you get it out there, it gives your players time to readjust and get organised and challenge for the ball. But a poor clearance there has put them in trouble.
I really don't think Cox expected that one. He was frozen in his net. Lucky to have that one go off the crossbar. A great attempt by Izette there.
UFV, where I thought he could have turned and played the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper could have played his way out from that one.
Izette with it in the middle again, plays it back outside. Was that one off a hand? No, ref says play on. Great touch here to chest it down.
It's a bit ambitious, it's a lot. I think he had a bit more space. He could have attacked the ball and ran with it and caused a few more problems that way. Here he is again.
Lowndes was looking for a foul there on the player stepping in. Not going to get it.
A little bit guilty of diving in there and not putting the brakes on.
He's going to have one from way out here. Decent attempt again. Boy, the Wolfpacker feeling lucky. They're trying.
But again, it's from poor clearances. UFV have got to get the ball either into feet or they've got to get it a little bit high and over the top.
Flicked out of play for a Cascades throw.
Once again, he's got to hold that up. It wasn't a bad ball to him. It was within distance. He's got to hold that ball up and keep it until he gets support.
Wolfpack trying to work it out of trouble. Deep in their own box here. Finding a little space on the outside. Cascades content to sit back a little bit and wait for them to pick something out. Not allowing them much space right now. They find a little here down the wing. Has someone down the line. Lizette was making a run, didn't go for it. Regrouping now. Banton back to the middle.
TRU quite happy keeping it at the back and getting organised, setting their plans of attack, patterns of play so they can try and get in behind UFV.
Well done to win that ball there. Yepis looks it back.
I think Mahia's really looked strong and comfortable on the ball when he's got it, and he's certainly tried to keep possession.
No strong chances since the early Brower run. But starting to gain a little momentum downfield. Wolfpack trying to stop that. Can they get the counter on themselves? Trying another one over the top. This time they do use the keeper in the back.
Just a little bit late in closing down and the approach, the starting position. They're not too far away, but they've got to close down quicker, put the brakes on and put the pressure on the player, so it makes his passing options a lot more difficult. The more time they've got, the more accurate pass they can make. So a little disappointing. They've got to get tighter.
TRU looking for a cross into the middle. It's a good one. Swung in there. Can Cox get up there first? He can. A little bit of a battle for it here. Ref's flag stays down. Still with a chance. Looking for that far post. Ends up missing by a little bit. But
once again, that comes from not closing down. The players have to stop block shots, passes being played into the box. A little bit lax and getting tight. Too far away.
Headed on and a little bit of space for the Wolfpack, but the referee's going to play it back for a handball, I believe. Certainly seeing some skill up front from the Wolfpack so far. Tom Lowndes addressed that coming into the season, saying he knew
So once again, he's trying to flick that on. I think he's got to get that on his chest and hold it. It's a bit of a tough ball. It was a rocket launched at him, but rather than flick it on with nobody behind, you've got to hold that up. Whether it's chested, get it down, bring the midfield players back into play.
As I was saying before, Tom Lowndes knows it would be a tough one tonight. He said with them hosting nationals this year, they obviously have stacked their roster, are a very skilled team.
It gives them a bit of an advantage that they're in the nationals, but that can work a two-way thing as well, because there's a bit of pressure on them to play well and do well. They don't want to go into the nationals and get embarrassed. But John's got a good, strong team. He recruits very well. Excellent coach. Knows the game. He played for us when I was at the 86ers coaching. Very, very good centre-back, but he knows the game, and he's come a long way in coaching.
And his team here starting to grab the momentum. Can they take advantage of it and put one home here to start things off?
Not tight enough. Allowing shots at goal, not tight enough.
No, the Wolfpack with a lot of room outside of the 18, and they let
4 or 5 yards away and block that, and he's just a little bit lax. Got to get tighter.
Cox with a strong boot. Brar tries to flick it on. Manila running onto it, but it's going to be out of his reach. Who was that off? It was off Brar for a Wolfpack. Looking for some space here. Cascades covering well. Can Lizette find a little bit of room? Brar comes to double up. Lizette works out of trouble. Good little touch by Dos Santos to free himself some room. Looking to play the long ball here. Manila.
That's better.
Good touch, and he leaves it here. Can the counter come on here? Looking to send one in for Brar. Just out of his reach, well recovered by the back, and it was offside in the end as well.
That's good, like you're holding the ball up and keeping possession, getting the midfield players in the game. The game is very simple. It's just players make it difficult. Frustrates you as a coach. More grey hair.
So the Cascades, most of their attacks early on here, looking to send the speedy Brar down that wing. Couple good chances. Nothing doing on either end though yet. Tied at zeros here. 20 minutes or so into this first half here on Canada West TV.
Not a bad game, actually. The both teams are pushing forward and trying to feel each other out and find each other's weaknesses. And quite an entertaining game so far. It's got to hold that instead of flicking it. It's got to be held.
Good job to work out of pressure there. Nothing doing on that far side. Wolfpack able to come away with it. Possession stolen though. Brar. Quick little touch to the inside. Tries to send Manila right away. Does well to put some pressure on. Forces the keeper to put that out.
Good pressure. Well done. One of my little pet peeves as a coach is about players.
Has done a few times here on those balls played in deep, and he's the one looking for a strong throw here. In towards the 18. Brar near post turns, has a hit. No, it was blocked. And actually, he's going to be called for a foul as he turned.
No, it's not me.
Wolfpack working it up the field. Cascade's going to let them play it around the back a little bit here. Pressure put on again. Looking for the longer ball. And they do finally play one over the top here. Well done by Sadu to get over there and recover. Wolfpack with it back. Lizette on the wing, looking to put one into the 18, just over the head of his intended target. Great little touch to find a little bit of space. Tricky ball played down the wing now. Can Brar find a little bit of space? Plays one through the legs of the defender, but a good recovery from the midfielder to get back in front of that one. Dos Santos working it up the field and goes outside to Banton.
Banton's from England, a player they brought in, going to university at TRU. Good steady player, playing on the right side of a three-man back three. UFV happy to sit back almost to halfway before pushing on any pressure, letting them have the ball there. Now and again, they just need to change it up and once or twice push on, have a go at them and try and catch them a little bit of sleep.
Cascades calling for a handball there. Looked like it was close. Wolfpack plays on and forces a throw. Just over 20 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah, halfway through the first half and fairly even contest. TRU have had two of the better chances, long shots.
Lizette has another go from just outside the 18. Did it take a deflection? No. Was
They're
straight
not afraid
out.
to have a shot from far
No, they really
out.
aren't. Lizette was the one hitting the crossbar there. That one with his left, this one with his right, getting a little closer, putting the pressure on.
What a great
now
ball
we have
that
a
is.
run here. Sadu with it on the outside. Plays
it's a
it in
goal
towards
kick.
the middle, out for the first corner of the game for either side.
Oh, I thought that was a goal kick, but they get a corner for it.
His right foot trying to curl this one in.
Has to get over the top of the first defender. Has to get past him.
Cascades
And he
making their
does.
run. This one in towards the back post. They get to it first. Unfortunately, didn't quite get it in towards the target. Headed it a little towards ground. Good.
That it's on the ground. They've got to play the percentages to get the best out of it. You would be quite content to let them have it back there. Again, once or twice, a little bit of a spook for them and push on and maybe catch them asleep. You might win something from that. Guilty of giving the ball away far too easily here. Play to feet.
Jumped in well there by Sahib Sadu. The fourth-year player. He'll certainly be the anchor of the back end there this season for the Cascades. Playing one over the top towards the middle. Nothing doing there.
Routine for the goalkeeper. Catch them all day.
And like I just mentioned, Sahib Sadu certainly be a big part of this team this year on that back end. And he is wearing the captain's band here this evening. Brar. Mahele looking for a little bit of space. Brar tries to take a touch to the middle. Just catches the foot of the defender.
Mahere's the best player so far by me. Every time he's had it, he's looked like there's a bit of purpose to his game, and he's looking ahead. He can see things, and he's played some decent balls in. Just a point as well, when they played into the strikers UFV, I look at the midfield players and they're a good 15, 16, 18 yards behind them. They need to push up and get involved a bit more so they're closer, they can get the ball played back to them. Just a little bit lazy in getting out. There has to be a compact team. When you push out, you all push out as a unit. If the forwards go and the midfield players go, there's a huge gap in the middle. That leaves the other team lots of space if they get possession to play in there.
Sadu with it on the back line, looking to play one way over the top. Does he have Manila in the corner? Didn't look like he was quite ready for that run.
It's a tough ball for a forward to deal with that over the top. It's the same we have as to take the ball away in an ambulance to keep kicking this so hard.
Brar steps in, creates a little bit of space for himself and plays it back. Switching the field there is Mutter.
And
looking
again,
for that one over the top again, but Manela.
It's not to feet, it's over the top.
I think he was hoping to play that one off the defender for a throw or a corner, unfortunately.
Keep possession. The ball is what you want to have. When you've got the ball, you're in charge. You're running the game. You're in charge of the game. And they keep giving it away by trying to hit $1 million balls. Just play, get it back, play again, get it back, and try and carve them open. They're trying to score with every opportunity. Let's pull the other team out of position and try and score that way. Got to be a little bit more crafty in what they are. Too predictable.
Mihaela putting on the pressure again. Forces a bit of an errant pass.
TRU is just as guilty, you know. They just keep looking long balls, and really they're not quality balls. They're just hit and hope over the top. Where they've got some decent players as well. They can play, you know, play in the midfield, get it back, then hit the striker. But keep possession. Nothing wrong with a long ball as long as it's a good long pass and you keep possession.
Unlucky for Brar there to have it bounce off him as the player fell down. Kamita with the throw in. Cascade steal it. A lot of space behind. Looking to play it up quick now. Manela hoping for a bounce. He does get it at his feet here. Manela taken down from behind. Advantage played.
He gets a foul. The referee's done a good job there.
What kind of ball can Mihaela deliver here?
It needs to be in behind the back four, between the goalkeeper and the back four.
Looking for something in the middle there. No, it ended up in a dangerous spot. Could the counter be on now? Well done defensively to get to that one first.
That's better. A little bit lazy coming out, the two strikers offside position. They have to read that and get out.
Taken down by Lizette.
Good possession by TRU. And a great ball
Dangerous ball played in. Cox gets to it first, though.
Well played. That's very good football. Well played. It's a big ask.
Defender gets there first, Dos Santos. Mihaela calling for it in the middle. What kind of space can he find now? Making a run.
Every time he plays it, he's looking to get it back. There's a lot of players play it, and it's a farewell ball to say bye-bye, and I've done my job. Every time he's played the ball, he's looked to get the return, and he's in the game more, he's involved more. That's the sort of play you want to see. Good footballer. TRU look to build from the back every chance they get. Starts with a three, the back three. Midfield player drops to look and come and get it.
TRU having a little bit of trouble working it out of their own end here the last few possessions. Finally, they do get it over half, but not much further. Out for a throw. Possession on that far sideline. A couple players looking to make a run. Lizette had it just taken off of him. Still with possession here. Finds a teammate on the outside. Chance for a cross here. Offside.
Just straight a little bit offside there.
Cox with the strong boot, but that one's going to go right out of play.
Yeah, his kicking's a little bit erratic at times. Give him a chance to keep possession.
Cascades marking well here. And able to get the steal. Just out of their reach, but Manela gets a bounce. Mihaela with it now. Can he create a little bit of space? Cuts to the inside on the left foot. Not a bad effort from there. Just over in the end.
Not a bad effort at all, lad. And he's just, I don't know how good he is with his left foot, but if he just kind of caught that a little bit better and pinged it, I think we might have seen a goal there. But again, every time he gets it, he looks dangerous, the guy. He's done very, very well tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he scores tonight.
We'll bookmark that for later. See if he can be the one to grab the first goal in this game, as we still sit just over 10 minutes to play plus stoppage time in this first half, 0-0. And I don't know, you're right, I'm not sure how confident he is with his left. Having just seen him for the first game here, looked like he was trying to wrap his foot around it a little more than hit it powerfully. Wolfpack now looking for a chance of their own. Dives in to stop that one.
Some lunging tackles there.
First one got past him, but the lunge worked in the end. Mihaela puts the pressure on, has it bounce off, and gets his jersey tugged. Referee says play on.
Yeah, I did see it tug on the jersey there.
Lizette looking to play it outside. Couple moves, looking to create some space.
Defending.
Never bit for a second.
Excellent defending. Well played. He's done very well. Good play.
Good play by Brar to get the steal. Looking to work it forward now. Does he have Millette? Pardon me.
Mihaela.
He's
instead of running away, now and again I'd like to see him turn and run towards the ball.
Yeah.
And just play it to him. Keep possession.
The defender gets up a little bit of space, and now he has Lizette. Plays it back to the center back, who has a go from there. Didn't have the best hit of that one.
No, I think you'd like to have that one again, wouldn't you? It's not a decent game, this, though. It's quite even, and a lot of midfield play, a lot of chances end to end, but half chances. But a lot of over-the-top hit-and-run balls rather than quality balls in and try and keep it in play. Both teams guilty.
Gergich trying to work it towards the goal. Unable to beat the defender there.
I thought the keeper, I can't hear him from here, but I thought the keeper should be screaming at him to give him information what's the best way to deal with it. Whether he gets it back on his feet and he plays it forward or away. Needs to give him the information to help. Look at him working back, my goodness.
Yeah, that's
well
Mihaela all the way back at his own 18, winning back possession for his team there, stopping the attack. He's been all over the field. Dangerous tackle there by Brar, coming in quite late.
Yeah, and he's going to be a threat up front.
Marco Favreau instead is going to stand over top of this one. Delivers one in towards the back post. A lot of Cascades players there. He's going to get it back on the outside. Looks to deliver one back to that back post. Headed in well that time, but it was far too out to have too dangerous of a chance. Good
delivery on the free kick, and another good ball across to the winger. But nothing's come of it yet. I think they've got to push on there, UFV. There's a little bit of a slip up at the back, but nobody there to put any pressure on. Disciplined performance. They've sat back and done what they've been told. Again, now and again, I'd like to see one of them just have a go. Just change it up a little bit and catch them a little bit off guard.
Can Manela take it down here?
Yeah,
he had a lot of room there.
There's literally nobody to flick it onto. I think he's got to hold that, and I'll give him a little bit of credit. The ball in isn't the greatest. It's a hit and hold ball. It's quite high, but if they can ping that into his chest or his feet, he's got a better chance to hold it up. So the service has to be a bit of a better quality to give him a chance to play. But flicking it on and nobody there. Well done, goalkeeper.
Looking for Zed making a run on that one. Cobb's first to it again. Gonna take a moment, let his team breathe for a second, get position. And now he plays one towards Brar, but unfortunately he's gonna miss him. Brar looking to put some hard pressure on here now. Gets in the way a little bit. Keeper does well to find Banton on the outside. Cascade's not relenting. Now they will sit back a little bit. Brar, well done to make them work a little bit. Good job by TRU to get out of it. Still not finding much space though. Manela gonna come in here, put the pressure on again. That's a clean steal. Is he gonna put it on or pass it? He's gonna go in on his own, and boy, a dangerous chance there. Had the ball deflected away off the defender's knee, out for the second corner of the game.
Certainly UFV's, but there's a huge space for players to arrive in if the delivery's right.
Mahea ready to take this one now. Swings it into the back post. Headed in back towards the middle.
Poor delivery. It's too high. It's a defender's ball all day long. It's got to be pinged in just a little bit above head height. Give the strikers a chance to get on the end of it.
TRU able to steal possession.
Oh, he's got to be careful.
A little bit of room here now. Goes on his own with the left. Strong hit, but right at the keeper. Cox is going to jump on top of that one.
Good strike, that. The goalkeeper, I thought, could have done a little bit better, but he's done well. He's got it out of the way of the goal and picked it up. Took away any problem there, but good strike. Good attack and play from TRU. A little bit of urgency in midfield and strike on target. Can't grumble with that.
That was Kamita that had that last chance, and he's looking to make a run here. Izzet finds him in the corner. Can he keep it in play?
Is that in play?
Just does.
That's
or
out
no,
of play.
he doesn't.
Tell you what, though, he's worked hard. He's done well. I say this every week as well. They have to have an influence on the game, and he's had an influence certainly in the last 10 minutes. He's done well. Yeah, handball.
First touch off the hand for Sidhu.
He's got to do better than that. Not a bad ball from the goalkeeper, but he's got to do better than that. He's got to hold that. That's just putting your team under pressure.
Dos Santos switches the field.
5 minutes to go. Still 0-0.
Likely won't be much, if any, stoppage time. Been a smooth sailing first half. Little bit
fortunate for me there. That's got to be dealt with.
Which call he was unhappy with.
I think he's yapping. He's having a bit of a go at the ref.
Wolfpack finding a little bit of space in the middle.
He's got to hold that, big fella. He's got to hold that. Can't be turning with it. When you try and turn with it, you give the ball away. Hold it up. Face your own players.
Manela, as Dos Santos cut back, he tried to reach for.
He challenges for everything. You know, he's won a few headers to flick on. There's nobody getting behind for the flick on. But the service into hasn't been great. But he cannot lack his effort. He's really worked hard.
Has been a real good physical battle between Dos Santos and Michaela on that far line.
You can see the patterns of play that they use, TRU, that the back three get it. Midfield player drops to come and play. They'll go back to if they need to, although Bennett's played it forward.
Looking for a little bit of space in the middle. Well done by the Cascades to hold their shape, but the ball comes back to him here. Cheeky little chip played over the top. Izzet with a little bit of room. Plays one in on the right foot. Going to be out for TRU's first quarter of the first half.
Corner. Dangerous. Got some space between the penalty spot and the goal for players to come into. The delivery is good into that space.
Favaro into the middle. Dangerous ball. Banton got to it first. Heads it just out of... Oh, it was actually off of the defender, yes.
Flipped it on the way. A good defender give the corner away.
Yeah, Banton did well to get to it first. Put a strong header on that one. See if Favaro can deliver that one in again. Towards the near post this time. Threw a couple of players into Cox's arms.
Sometimes it's 2v1. There's two defenders against one. I would fancy him on the ball. I would say get it up there. 2v1. I think he could do something here. He's got some guile about him. He's got some, I would say give him it. You know, normally you would say 2v1, hold on. I'd give him it. Looking for another flick on again there. Nobody to flick on too.
Cascades making their way down the pitch here in the final minute plus of this first half. Likely not to be much, if any, stoppage time. A good flowing first half. Can Mikhail Manela, find anything here? Well done by the defender to jump in. No foul there, but yeah, it does look like he's down as I don't know if they bang.
Put yourself out of it. He's quite a handful. He's up and he's out again.
He and Dos Santos certainly not shying away from the physicality there on the back end. And it is Dos Santos trying to play one up towards the middle now. Ball falls at the feet of Izzet. Looking outside, but the Cascades steal possession. One last run for the half from Manela. No, just out of his reach. Dos Santos gets to it first.
Yeah, you're good at the back. They look comfortable. They don't panic. Some 50-50 balls where they're getting balls played in behind, but they've done very well there. Not panic, kept it, played it simple. They look confident. Good challenge.
Well done by midfielder to win that ball.
I think the quality's going to be better to play away out. It's going to be played with a white shirt.
The referees have indicated a minimum of 1 minute of added time.
Just 1 minute of additional time here to end off the first half. Will either team have a final chance? Banton, will he play something ahead here in the final minute, or will they be content just to hold it and play it out till half?
Love the ball as well. There's nothing on. He's quite happy to go back, start again, play your way out from.
Although here's something on now. Ball to the outside. A chance to get something in towards the middle. Players running in towards the back post. Tough bounce and slotted into that far corner. A total whiff by the defender there.
And we're back.
Welcome back to second half action here from Rotary Stadium. Playing under the lights now on this beautiful evening. Tough finish for the Cascades, but a good first half overall from both sides. Let's see who can come out strong in this second half. Cascades got to be sure to not let that last minute demoralizer make them hang their heads too low. They got to come out with energy here in this second half.
They've actually played quite well in the first half. A bit unfortunate to be down 1-0, but you make mistakes in your own penalty area, in your own 6-yard box, you're going to get punished for that, and they've certainly been punished here. What a time to give a goal away. They didn't even have time to kick off after the goal. It was half time.
One. A little bit of a battle here going for it on the sideline. TRU plays it up to the top of the box, looking for a little bit of space now. Rangi able to corral it.
That's better from Rangi, passing the ball out. Well played, kept possession. Good. I want to give away here, is it? Nope.
Was a strong half effort-wise from Mikhail Manela in that first half. He subbed off to start the second half. It's number 26, Mateo Brzezina.
Couch's kick out there, causing a few problems, giving the ball away for a throw in. His kicking's got to be a little bit better and Owaka to keep possession.
Brar looking for a little bit of space, plays it unfortunately off the heel of the new substitute. See if Brzezina can keep up the energy that Mikhail Manela was bringing down this close sideline last half.
Good.
Mihaela cut off, battling to try and win it back, unable to do so, and the Wolfpack with a little bit of room. Rangi trying to cut it off, steps in and forces a pass, but still on here. Flicked back. Cascades get it out of trouble, looking to switch the field, buy a little bit of time. Played over the top towards Brer. Good job by Banton to step in and win that one. Rangi with it in the middle, looking to turn back, switch the field to this near sideline. Some options showing themselves through the middle. Mihaela. Good play to the middle, forces a throw.
Brezenia looking to push up front and cause some problems there. Another quick player, very strong in the air, but
opportunity now for Padita to get this ball in.
And again, they're looking for the flick on a lot, and there's really nobody behind it to flick it on. It's a bit pointless. They need to, where the coach is professional, he's a full-time coach, and they just work on throw-ins and make sure the movement's right and they get possession and they can create something.
Certainly can be advantageous to gain an advantage off of that set play, even on a throw. Mihaela looking for a little bit of room in the middle. Defender jumps in at his feet. Ref says it's clean. Mihaela trying to battle for it back, does well to force a pass on there.
Good little battle going on in midfield there. Great to see. Good game.
A lot of energy, good physical play both ways, but nothing too dirty. Just a good hard game back both ways.
That's a good ball. He's got to hold that up. That's got to be kept possession. Got to be better from the forward.
See if the Cascades continue put on the pressure on the back line like they did in that first half. Brar comes to put some on Banton here. Wolfpack switching the field.
I've got to say that I thought TRU might have been a bit more dominant tonight, but credit to UFV, they're very well organised and disciplined performance. It could be better. It could be better and tighter closing down. The forwards could hold it up a little bit better and give a chance to bring the midfield players into play. But they're very well organised. They've really not given a lot away other than a gift.
Good little flick over the top, but
now that's where that should have gone.
Able to close it.
On the last minute. That's exactly what should have happened.
Halftime whistle likely would have blown if he kicked it out like that, but here we sit 1-0 instead.
Watching him here, he's pulling back into midfield. I think he's got to push in between the two strikers and cause them some problems. Who do they mark? Which one goes tight and which one drops off? Just caught ball watching a bit and getting dragged in. Push on.
Good little play from Mihaela, and
it's what you do when you haven't got the ball that's really important, and make the other team's job more difficult. Sometimes they get dragged into the ball by ball watching and coming in, and rather than just staying away, and instead of standing, let the centre back stand next to you, go and stand in between the two of them and make a decision. Do he go? Does I go? Did the other one go?
Ball out for a Wolfpack throw.
Good tackle.
Lazy play from the Wolfpack defender. Mihaela lines up over top of this one. Referee waiting for everyone to get set, and he blows it in now. Mihaela.
It's a goalkeeper's for me. Too much height on it. It's got to be played in with a bit more pace and a little bit more opportunity for the players to just get a flick on it. They don't need to direct it, just flick it into the corners. Too much height.
Yeah, it was never too dangerous. Wolfpack played it out easy. Here they come now. A little bit of space if they continue to flick it, or switch it rather, but he played it on a little far ahead of the oncoming winger.
Bit sloppy at the back. That's a good ball, is it? No, sloppy again.
TRU with a lot of players in deep, forcing that turnover.
Individual mistakes costing him a little bit here.
Plays it in with the left. A bit of a tricky ball over the head of his teammate. Cascades able to get it out for now.
Just a couple of little sloppy plays and mistakes gives the other team that you've got to keep the ball. The ball's absolutely critical to keep possession, to be in charge of the game.
Back to the keeper, Gardner. TRU with time and space. A little bit of pressure put on now. He's going to try one over the top. Not a bad attempt, but Cascades dealt with it easily. Not out of trouble yet, so they're going to have to work out of the back. That one easy for Banton to step in and get a foot to.
He's had a strong game, Banton. He's not done a lot wrong today.
Gazette's going to have a go from well out. First hit.
But ambitious from there, really. Yeah, he's not caught it, not struck the ball well at all.
Gazette.
Every time they get the ball, they either play it in the midfield player drops, they get it, or they play it around the back again. So they love to play out the back, which is the trend in football these days, playing out the back. It can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, but they look like they know what they're doing.
Gazette with a little bit of time and space here now, plays it out to the wing. Gonna try one here with his left foot. Boy, that was right on goal. I don't think he meant to put it right on goal. It was tried to cross, take possession back here. 10 minutes into this second half. Certainly could have came out discouraged after the way the first half ended, but how have you thought of UFV's response to that so far?
TRU just getting a bit of the bulk of possession since half time. They've
a little bit of space here now. Cuts to the inside, finds a teammate. Quick hit first time. Decent contact on it, but right at Cox once again.
Yeah, decent shot, but routine save for the goalkeeper. I'd be disappointed if he let that one in. It's not in the corners, it's quite central, and he's done a good job to hold it up and kill the play. So that's a giveaway again. That's sloppy. It's got to be better than that. Every time you give it away like that, you lose the confidence a bit.
Another one played in right at
And
Cox.
it's a simple pass, really. You've got to look up and see where he is and play it into his feet. But he's just playing it into some space, hoping he's there. They've got to push out.
And push up they do. Brar reached his foot in, almost had a steal there. Defender did well to evade him. Could be a chance on here now, though. No, the defender steps up once again.
Good ball.
Gonna cross one in with his left here. Dangerous towards the back post. Still there. Able to recover are the Cascades.
I thought the goalkeeper could have done a little bit better with that. He was caught a little bit off guard.
Another one coming in once again.
Palm it away. I thought he might have held that one, but it's a bit easy from here.
Sloppy clearance there, but a good touch by Mihaela to gain possession.
He's done well tonight. He's been the best player for me. Every time he's got it, he's looked to keep possession. He's sharp. He works hard. He challenges well. He's had a really, really strong game. Quite pleased with him.
First-year player out of New West.
His first-year play, he's done very well. He's adapted very well in his first game at this level. Really done well.
Lacking a little bit on that second pass, and Izzet's going to have one from way out again. Boy, he's not lacking any confidence here tonight. Tries another over the net.
They're certainly having a go at goal, but it's all coming on. Strong player.
Kular also substitutes off. It's going to be William Stewart, the second-year midfielder, coming in for him, seeing his first action of this young season.
Substitution for UFE Cascades. Checking in at number 21, Mikhail Manila. And also checking in number 14, William Stewart.
If anybody's got a chance to score, it's Manila or Mahia. One of those two. They've both impressed me with their work rate and good play in all fairness, although Manila hasn't had as much quality balls in to give him more chances.
Right.
He needs some help.
Well, the two of them will be working side by side here on the front line once again.
Well
down
played.
the left and up the
Very
middle.
well. He's too slow.
Bit of a reckless challenge there
He's
by
had a kick at him.
Randy.
Did he have a kick at him there?
Looked like he almost did. I'm not sure if he made contact or not. Tough to tell from here. Either way, Wolfpack coming in with it. Trying to force him to do something in the corner. Trying to work out of it. What's the call here? We'll be out for a goal kick.
The referee's having a word and giving him a yellow from behind the ball. He's wrong side of the ball.
Certainly showing a little frustration after losing that battle, and it's going to hurt him in the end with a booking.
Well, this game's not over by a long way yet. This could go either way tonight.
Looking for something at the back post. He had a player running. That one out for a corner. Second corner of the game
UFV
for
just sitting
TRU.
back a little bit now, aren't they?
It'll be the righty taking this one short. Up to the top of the 18 as that plays one in. Trying to flick one in towards the middle there. Nothing doing.
Oh, be careful
Boy,
there.
a bit of a shove there.
A little bit, be careful.
Referee says it was a clean battle. Play still going on. Cascades lucky to come away with it. A reckless tackle there from behind and late. Wouldn't be surprised. TRU, cheeky little back heel looking to find a little space in the middle. Well done to step in by Rangi there. Rangi trying to force the referee's hand for a foul call there, nothing doing. Banton regroups on the back end. It's going to allow that one to bounce out for a throw.
I think the next goal, if there is one, is critical here. If TRU
Absolutely.
score again, I think it'll be game over. If UFV score, it's game on. Could go either way.
Daniel Sagno.
But they need a bit of a lift, UFV here, to get their confidence up a little bit.
Wolfpack looking for something on the outside. Good cutback to the middle now. Dangerous ball played in towards the back post. Too much height on it in the end. So it was Daniel Sagno and Joost Hausendorf checking in for TRU.
Panditha at right back here is his first-year player, and he's done okay, but he's a little bit inconsistent, is the word I'm maybe looking for. He give the ball away, and I'm not sure if he was the one that miskicked the goal. I'm not sure yet, but he's done okay, but he needs to just steady his game up a bit. Just keep possession. It's tough for the first-year players coming in. It really is. He's got players from Trinidad. He's got players from England. He's got players from Denmark. He's recruited very well, and the program at TRU has improved absolutely incredibly over the last 7 or 8 years. They've come on a long, long way.
And players from all over Canada as well, really, or anywhere but Sask. And now's a chance here. Good hit, looking for that bottom corner.
What a chance. That could have been 2-0,
Yeah.
and UFV getting carved. You can see, right, they've missed that. Let's get back at them. And if they get the mentality right and start playing a bit and playing at the feet and keeping possession, they can get themselves out of this. Because again, it's a game of mistakes, and it's mistakes
Certainly.
that give goals away. UFV have made one mistake at the back. Well, they've made a few, but one that's cost them dearly. I can't remember TRU making many mistakes at the back. They've been a bit more solid than UFV.
Looking for a little bit of space here in the middle. Tries a tricky pass.
Oh, that's a foul, isn't it? Yeah.
And it is. Looking to play it quick. The Wolfpack players making sure that doesn't happen.
Whatever happened to the referees used to give yellow cards for players standing over the ball.
Yeah.
Now they don't seem to do that. Every time there's a free kick, in any league you look at, players are standing over the ball and preventing a quick free kick.
I remember that was never allowed, but a little more leniency here.
There's certainly more gamesmanship than there ever was in the game.
Right.
It's not as pure as it used to be because of watching the pros on TV,
Right.
trying as best they can use the gamesmanship to win games.
The German substitute with a little burst of speed down the middle. Dangerous ball played in. Well done to meet that one at the top.
Poor clearance, giving the ball back to TRU. Keeps them under pressure. They need to hold the ball a bit and get a few consecutive passes together to build up and build their confidence.
Oh, Mihaela. Ball just out of his reach on that far sideline there, unable to keep it in.
Rather than try and play their way out. And it's easy to say that, play your way out, and look that. To do that, there has to be better support runs from the midfield players and the defenders as well to support them, so you can play your way out the back. If you don't get that support, the obvious thing to do is to launch it forward and try and get out of trouble, but all you do is give the ball back and the other team come at you. So it's a bit excuse me, it's a bit of a cat and mouse job. You've got to try and play, and that's where the quality players come in.
Right. Dangerous little flick on there. Manila trying to make a run, well recovered by the defender.
Again, look at the gap between the strikers and the midfield. There's 40-50 yards. So many gaps appearing between the front and the midfield, and sometimes the back four in the midfield.
Manila looking to work that one in towards the 18. A dangerous throw with Manila's abilities on those long throw. Cascades have been treating them just like corners in the fact that they send their defenders up there, trying to get the height advantage.
Something we've not seen tonight, and with them playing three at the back, three centre backs, is wide players getting past the fullback and getting crosses in to create chances. And there's lots of space down either flank because they're playing fairly central, the three centre backs. But it looks like when UFV get it, they're just trying to play it forward into the striker up front. They need to get the wide players or the fullbacks making overlapping runs to get forward and attack that space that's vacant in behind.
Cascades closing that one off and steal. Good recovery by TRU, but they commit a foul in trying to do so. Another first-year player seeing his first action here in Can West.
Substitution for the Cascades, checking in number 29, Sahaj Bajwa.
See if he's able to provide a spark of any kind. Cascades desperate for one here as we reach the 70th minute here in the second half.
Once again, it's a long ball, hit and hope ball rather than a long, accurate ball. Nothing wrong with a long ball, but it's got to be more accurate. And I think
Manila trying to service a long throw into the 18. Battles happening in front. This one to the near post. It's going to be out as the Cascades try to regroup. Not much space here. Players closing in. Room on that far side if they can switch it. Trying to do so now. TRU recovering well.
So it's over the top again. That could have been played to the winger, who could have then ran on, but they're looking for the $1 million ball and just play it simple. Sometimes, and a lot of times actually, in all levels of football, the hardest thing to see is a simple pass.
Well taken down there, creating a little bit of space down to the touchline. Defender not letting him get that in towards the box. It comes in now, but Banton recovers once again. Banton not giving him any room at all on that far side. Hausendorf turns back, switches the field. They switch it all the way to the sideline here. Boy, he would have been beaten there had he not caught that one, but did well to get a piece of it. So Akwazi Agacum will come into the game for the first time.
Player from Calgary who's looked. I watched in the warm-up actually. He looked quite a tidy player.
Hausendorf facing a little bit of pressure. Possession will stay there for them though. Long throw coming in. Strong throw, but always was right at the Cascade player. A good run after making the pass. Chances on here now. Cross was not of the quality he wanted. Cascade's lucky that didn't bounce off a hand. Out for a corner.
Yeah, and the little
Favaro lining up this one.
Big space in front there.
Goes in towards the back post. Quality ball headed out. Race for it now. He wins the race, but unable to do, or actually do the throw.
15 minutes to go and give them a chance to get back in it. TRU look quite comfortable at this stage in the game, and unless they make an absolutely serious mistake here, they look to be quite comfortable.
Feeling comfortable, feeling confident, and certainly will be thinking a little more defensive here. Plus minute.
Sounds good. I'll let him know. Your receiver's dead. His is still live, so if you want to hold it between you and share it, it's probably the best idea for now.
How are we going to do that? Will you take that and I'll just
Cascades now with a chance in the middle. Foul committed to.
We're having a few microphone issues here tonight, so if the sound's a little bit different, we're sharing a microphone right now.
Sounds like
Hopefully we can get through this.
Getting nice and cozy in the booth here as a chance is on. Boy, just out of the reach of the head of the forward chasing on there. Cascades not quite desperate yet, but certainly nearing that time.
They need a push right at the end here. They need a push. They've got just over 13 minutes to play. They need a bit of a push, and they need something to happen. Otherwise, I think TRU might get away with 3 points. But a point in my eyes, I think tonight would be fair. That's a foul. Would be a fair result.
Hard foul committed there. The player none the worse for wear. Sadu will play it back across. Cascades looking to find any sort of space they can here. Gonna look for one over the top again. Flicked on. Boy, a good chance to head it to himself, turn around, have it there. Couldn't get over the top of the ball in the end.
I think they made a dead way is the fullbacks. The first point And they had to do when they got the ball was hit the striker's feet. There's 2 strikers in those days, and we used to ping it into their feet. They could hold it up. We had good players who could hold it up and get the midfield players in, and we start playing from there.
A little bit of room here now. Flag stayed down for the offside. Well recovered by the defender to get a foot on that, but Cascades conceding a little bit of...
From TRU, they're a very good side. They're top of the league. They didn't beat UBC and UVic because they were poor. They're good teams.
Ball coming in a dangerous spot towards the top. Getting solid contact on it, but a little too far out to put anything too much on that header.
Another giveaway from the back, really.
Tricky bit of a bounce there. He's able to work it back, though, was Agicum. Gets it back for his teammate. Stepped in there well. Possession 1? No, referee was playing an advantage. But never too late to deliver a good ball here. Coming in with the right foot. That one's not in a bad area. To the back post. Unable to get to it. UFV hustling forward. Pause for a second as Brar's been rested up and ready to go. A little bit of open space here for the pacey midfielder. Going out to the outside. Defenders close off. Switching to his left. A little bit of room at the top, and now a dangerous spot here inside the 18. Cuts back on the left. Tried to curl it in. A little bit of a miss hit. Another dangerous opportunity for TRU late. That certainly would have put this one away. But the Cascades stay alive. Fight on for a few more moments. Brar in towards the middle. Tries to flick one on. Can Manila get the break? Not quite. Still with possession are the Cascades. To the middle. Brar with a great opportunity here. Pushed down, and before he could get the hit, foul's committed. What can he deliver here? Down 1. Just over 5 minutes to go. Tries to go under the wall. Bit of a cheeky attempt there. He called the wall right. They went up. He went below. Unfortunately for him, the keeper was perfectly positioned. Was never in trouble on that one. Just trying to get that one out of trouble is TRU. Well done by Sadu. And a little bit of room now. Advantage was played. Another foul committed. Cascade. Both teams providing a lot of energy, playing hard. Physical battles all over the pitch. Played is a hard one in low. It'll come right back to him. Takes a touch to the outside. Cuts in towards the middle. A great tackle there to steal possession. He can send him on here now. No, he wasn't quite ready for it, but he will have a lot of room to work it. Cuts back to the inside once again, looking to switch the field, slow things up. Actually just content to keep possession. Good intensity there to try and steal it. But they're able to keep possession all the way through. Brar puts on good pressure, forces one out of play. Cox looking to work it out of his own end. Cascades up to Brar. Down in towards the middle. Good play down to Manela. Referee says play on. Cuts back to the right. How's it go? Boy, there was a run on that far side that maybe would have been a little more advantageous. The whole TRU really playing a strong defensive game to keep this one in check and make sure they maintain that lead. Cascades win that one in the air, but it's up for battle. Sadu unable to get it. Hausendorf plays one over the top. Good little ball. Unable to find any room as Sadu closes out the pressure there. Up past the 8. A couple words with the TRU forward. Perhaps lobbying for a call on that last one. A good tackle by Sadu, though. Perhaps another minute or two of added time after that little stoppage. Either way, we don't have much game left to play. Great touch to pull that one down. Finds a player to the outside. Looking to jockey in. Get in possession. Has it into the box on the right foot. Manela up on the top. He got there first, but the keeper able to get a hand on it. Brar with it back outside. Plays it back to the top of the box. Little flick played on into the area. Unable to get that one down was Manela. Was in him tough. Ball played back towards Brar. He's done well to win those battles all night. Dangerous ball played in towards the back post. Still loose. Keeper did well to get a touch to it, but unable to. And oh boy, the Cascades not happy with the win possession and get a final couple of chances here. Got to win one in the air first. Up for grabs, and Sadu's there first. Heads it, but not to a teammate. TRU working it towards the corner. That ball is actually out of play. Lucky break for the Cascades as the midfielder tried to do just a little too much. Brar, bit of a slip it looked like as he went to chest that one down. Well headed on there, Cascades. Referee says play it back. Taking that free kick a little further than the foul happened. Wow, so 6 minutes of added time here. This one not done yet by any means. Cascades getting chances in the last 3 minutes alone, never mind 6. Oh boy, that one would have been in on the keeper. There was no player coming in. Bad communication there from the Cascades. 4 now in this second half. They've elected to go short on this one from the left side most of the time. This one goes long. Hausendorf had it at his feet. Didn't have a chance to hit it, though. Back at the top of the 18. Well done to jump in front of that one by Manela. Another throw for TRU. Taken from the inside football line, as we've got a couple different lines on this multi-purpose field out here. They do it again, and they have possession now. Working it to the outside. Just happy to keep possession, and a good little move to go with it. Wow. Can he find a little more space past one last defender? Runs out of it. Actually, wow, from a sharp angle, that one stayed in play. Played it right through the top of the 18. Lucky a Cascade player didn't get a touch on that one, and they'll gain possession here. Over top of the back of Manela. Ref says that's a clean play. Hard tackle there. Cascades trying to pull out all the stops to win this possession back. TRU not going to give it up easy, though. With it in the corner. Ideal position where TRU wants to hang out for the last 3 or 4 minutes. Maybe a little bit more. Tough to say what exactly that ref will add for likely not more than 4 or 5 minutes left in this one. Cascades still aren't dead yet, but they need to work something upfield. Playing in their own end in the last few minutes, finally working it past half, and that's exactly where they'll get a free kick. Going to go stand in front of that one as the TRU player. Like we talked about earlier, the ref lenient to not give yellows on that time wasting. With it in the middle. Creates a little bit of space to the outside. He's going to switch the field now. A little bit of room over there, but ball wasn't played with quite enough pace. Sadu looking for a strong tackle here. Didn't quite get there. Ball makes it all the way to the corner, and TRU's on it. Looking to waste a little more time in the corner. No foul committed, or was there? Yes, there was. Brar tries to flick it with the back heel. Ball stolen. Defender was not tricked by that attempted play, and boy, he wasted the ball once he did win it. And now the counter could be on. Haseldorf, great first touch. How much room does he have here now? Cuts to the inside, on his left. Good pass, first time hit. Oh boy, he didn't get much of anything on that one. I think that the defender hopped in, got a little piece of that one. Good attacking run there. No finish. Cascades, the deep breath and still alive. Rangi unable to play that forward. Brar tried to turn through two players, a little bit ill-advised, had room on the other side. Cascades working it upfield. Forced out for a throw. Sadu coming. Need a strong throw from Manila. A signature throw. Gets it in on a hard one. Brar with a turn. Brar still gets possession. Boy, he took his eye off the ball a little bit there. Thought it was going to be out. Real pace now from the TRU forwards, and they force that off of a UFV player for a throw. A little bit of room now as all the Cascades players were forward. They do get back a little bit now as TRU slows it up. Heading down the wing. Over 5 minutes now into the stoppage time. Won't be much left from the referee as he looks down at his watch. Probably the last chance upfield for the Cascades. What can they deliver here? Brar pushed in the back, and it'll be a free kick. Around the top of the 18, inches it forward. Every player going to get forward as Jackson Cox is going to step up and hit this one. Finds a little bit of room to the outside, and just a really bad ball on that free kick to end the game. Really unfortunate.